everybody, welcome back to another video. I am here filming my Q&A because I asked for some questions on Twitter and Instagram and I thought it was a really good way to get back into filming. It's a pretty easy video to film because I've asked for questions. All I have to do is read the questions out and answer them. So that's good. I will point out I've just got a brand new phone. So if I'm looking confused when I'm using it, it's because I am confused when I'm using it. Because it's brand new and I'm like, what? I'm gonna start with Twitter because I didn't get too many on Twitter and it's just easier to start there. I've got quite a lot from Instagram. So I'm just gonna get straight into it and answer all your questions. So the first question is from Becky and she has asked, what is your biggest aspiration and what motivates you to feel good about yourself and do what you do? I'm personally trying to love myself more and feel more accepting of the way I look and stuff. So I'm intrigued what you do to help yourself do that if you do. Okay, so that's two questions. The first one was, what is your biggest aspiration? So I'm gonna answer this poorly. I think the main one is to continue doing things that I'm happy with. So I need like, that's a really bad answer, isn't it? I want to basically become the best version of myself. I know that's not necessarily an aspiration, but I think to me it is. So become the best version of myself possible in whatever ways possible. I think that is actually a pretty solid thing to say because I think everyone is just reaching to be happy. So that's kind of what I'm searching for. Is that an answer? I don't know, that is terrible. Second part of the question, what motivates you to feel good about yourself and do what you do? I'm trying to love myself more. I motivate myself. Sometimes I don't motivate myself, to be honest. I get in a slump and I find it very hard to be motivated to do anything. But I think the things that motivate me are friends and family, surrounding myself with people who believe in what I do and who I am. I think that's super important. I think the thing about loving yourself, most days maybe you won't, and that's okay. But you just need to look yourself in the eye, in the mirror, and say, you are you. You're the only version of you in the world. And you're the only person that can do what you do. Being yourself is enough. You need to not compare yourself to anybody else. Never compare yourself to anyone because you're never going to be that person because you're you. So no comparing yourself. You need to remember who you are. And you are important, you are loved, you are special, you're beautiful. No matter what you look like, where you're from, your height, your weight, any of that, it doesn't matter. You've just got to say, yep, I'm me. I love me. I also think it's important to let yourself feel bad about yourself sometimes. I think you are allowed to say, oh, I look terrible today, I feel ugly, I feel fat, whatever you think. But then it's important to remember that you're not defined by what you are, what you look like. I think the most important way to be a beautiful person is to be beautiful inside, you know? I don't know, it's hard because everybody's different and everyone has parts of themselves that they don't like. And it's hard to help that because I don't know what it is about yourself that you don't like, but I can say that you're great. You shouldn't ever doubt yourself or compare yourself to anybody else because you're not that person. And it doesn't matter if you're not that person because you're great just as you are, without changing anything. You are the perfect version of yourself. And I think the best thing to do is try to be positive and remember who you are and what you have. I don't know if that's very good advice, but that's what I would say. So the next question is from my lovely friend Joy, and she has asked, what is your favourite food at Disneyland Paris? If you watch my vlogs, you know that Lauren and I always go to Fuente del Oro and we always get the loaded fries because I think the loaded fries are my favourite food at Disneyland Paris ever. They are delicious. Although the vegetable chili there is so good. I tried it recently for the first time in February and it was so good. So I think Fuente del Oro in general is my favourite place to eat. However, I haven't eaten everywhere, so I can't say, but I think if I had to pick, it would be the loaded fries at Fuente del Oro. If you've not tried them, go try them. They are so good. So the next question is from Tomorrow's Fantasy, and they have asked, what is the best piece of advice you've ever been given and what advice would you give to a younger you? Ooh, see, that's a really deep question. Best piece of advice I've ever been given. If I was to give advice to my younger self, I would tell myself to not care what people think as much because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I spent too much time at school worrying about what other people thought of me and like trying to fit in and like trying to be popular. And then towards the end of my time at school, I just thought, oh, do you know what, I don't actually care, all these people are fake anyway, which sounds harsh, but it was true. Everyone at school was this whole different persona, and everyone left school and became the real versions of themselves. And I think that was really important. Like, no one was really them at school, I don't think. I wasn't properly me until like maybe year 11. So I think my advice to myself is just be yourself. If people think you're weird, let them think you're weird. At least you have a personality. And I do think the best advice I probably ever was given was be unapologetically you. And I think about that all the time, because I am a bit strange sometimes when people call me weird, and I'm like, why do I have to be weird? Like, why is what I'm doing weird? Like, what is normal? Who is normal? Who looks normal? There isn't a normal. There shouldn't be a normal. Everyone should just be who they are, and I think that's really important. I've learned that in myself. But yeah, I think just be yourself, and if people don't like it, then they don't deserve to know you. So the next questions are from my Instagram. I asked people just to ask me anything and everything. If you don't already follow me on social media, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is CyRebecca. I'll put it on the screen here. If you're interested, you can follow me on there. I tweet occasionally and put some pictures up, so you might be interested in seeing that. And then that way, if I ever do one of these, you know. The first 3 questions are from LilyG_2004. So the first question she's asked is, how many Disney ears do you own now? So I'm filming a ear collection video which will be out very, very soon. I believe I own 12 pairs of ears, however I could be wrong, but around about 12 pairs of ears, which isn't that many compared to some people, but also it's quite a lot, because there's no way I would ever wear 12 ears in a row, I think. But yeah, I currently own 12 pairs of ears, and I will be buying more at some point in the future. Oh, Harvey's barking. The next question that she has asked is, what is your favourite ride at Disney? So I've only ever been to Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris, so I'm going to only use these. When I go to California, this could completely change, but I'm going to say my favourite rides from each park, I think. My favourite ride in Walt Disney World is the Haunted Mansion. I love the Haunted Mansion. It's my favourite ride. And I also love Phantom Manor. However, I haven't been on Phantom Manor since it's reopened, so I haven't been on it for like over a year. I don't know what the new Phantom Manor is like. I've heard mixed reviews, but I haven't looked at any spoilers, so I'm going to ride that on my next trip, and hopefully I'll still love it, which I'm sure I will. But yeah, Haunted Mansion is my favourite ride. And then at Disneyland Paris, I think Hyperspace Mountain is also up there. It's such a great ride. I love it. I never used to like upside down roller coasters and fast things, but I went on that and now I love it, and I go on it basically every trip because it's just fab. Such a good ride. If you've never done Hyperspace Mountain at Disneyland Paris, I would recommend it because I love it. The last thing that Lily said was, PS, please can you do an updated ear collection? I love your channel. Yes, Lily, I can. I'm going to be filming that, so that should be coming your way very, very soon. Hopefully you'll enjoy seeing that. And thank you so much for saying you love my channel. I really appreciate it, and yeah, I hope you continue to love my channel. So the next question is from Lauren, and she has asked, Lauren, yeah, her favourite memory from any Disney trip. This is so hard because I've been on so many trips now that each trip has special memories for me. I think my favourite recent memory is anything to do with Moana, because we had a very special couple trips with her recently, and I think it was on my birthday trip when she came over and gave me a big hug to tell me that she loved my ears. That was just so special. I can't explain it. It was just so special, and it was so magical. Like, I just felt that was like, for me, that was what Disney was about, this magical feeling of having one of your favourite characters just pick you out of a crowd and give you a hug because they notice that you're wearing ears of them, and it's just, yeah, it was just so special. And I know, Lauren, you will agree that Moana made our trip very, very special for us. So the next question is from B29_09. If there was a movie about your life, which Disney character would play you? So I would like to think Rapunzel would play me because we're both blondies and we both have green eyes. So I think, you know, pretty much look the same. I know she's quite a bit younger than me, but we can pretend that I'm young. It's fine. We can do like my life before I got old. Eventually in my life, hopefully I'll find a Flynn Rider, and then Flynn Rider can play Flynn Rider because Flynn Rider is beautiful. I would hope Rapunzel, because I think I've got her now. I have her positive go get 'em attitude. I think I'd like to think Rapunzel. You maybe you would disagree. I definitely relate to Rapunzel the most, and that's why she's my favourite. So I'm going to say Rapunzel, although that could be cheating because she's my favourite. And maybe I'm actually more like Yzma from Emperor's New Groove or something, but hey. So Sophie's Mew, I believe that's Sophie Smoo? Sophie, how do you say your new username, Sophie? I'm sorry. Sophie Smoo, Sophie's Mew. Oh my goodness, okay. Anyway, she has asked, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I would definitely have the power of teleportation, because then I could go anywhere I wanted at any point. So if I'm like, oh, I really want to go to Tokyo, bam, off I go to Tokyo. That would be fabulous. That would be the dream, wouldn't it? Teleportation. Then, like, if I'm in an awkward situation, I could just teleport out of there, because life is awkward and I don't like being uncomfortable. Kaylee Rap _ has asked, when are you next going to Disneyland? Your vlogs kept me smiling. So I'm next going to Disneyland Paris at the end of May, and then I'm going to Disneyland in California at the end of August. So there'll be a bunch of vlogs from there, so hopefully that can keep the Disney magic going on my channel. I'm so glad that my vlogs help keep you smiling. That's really positive and that makes me really happy. So hopefully my newest vlogs will be out, so early June they'll start going up. D_magical moments has asked, what are you I can't read today. What are you looking forward to most at Disneyland California? That's such a good question, but such a difficult question because there's so much I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to being in the original park that Walt designed and Walt walked in, because that's just gonna be magical. I think I'm gonna cry. I'm really looking forward to Pixar Pier in DCA. That looks so good. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the Matterhorn, because it's not a ride I've ever been on and it looks quite cool, even though it looks kind of scary. I think I'm just looking forward to any ride that we don't have in Paris or I haven't experienced in Walt Disney World. Like the Incredicoaster looks awesome. I'm terrified, but it looks awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy looks so good. You might not know this, but I'm a huge fan of the Guardians. Like, it's one of my favourite Marvel films ever. That ride looks amazing, despite the fact it's just Tower of Terror changed, which freaks me out because I hate Tower of Terror, but I'm gonna go on Guardians because it's Guardians. Yeah, probably all of that, but to be honest, just being there and being able to say that I have been to the original Disney park, I think that's just gonna be such an amazing thing. So Stella Raven has asked, what's your favourite ride at Disneyland Paris? By the way, love your videos so much. Thank you so much, Stella, that's really nice. What's your favourite ride? Well, I said Hyperspace Mountain is my favourite ride at Disneyland Paris, with Big Thunder Mountain being close, because Big Thunder Mountain is insanely good. Big Thunder Mountain is definitely so good in Paris. That's one of my favourites. Phantom Manor I'm sure will be again when I ride it, as I said. I also really like Pirates in Paris. I don't know what it is about Pirates in Paris, I just love it. Nothing wrong with it at the Magic Kingdom, it's great. There's just something different about it in Paris that I love. So they're definitely my favourite rides. It kind of depends on my mood, because some days I'm like, yes, Rock and Roller Coaster, which obviously is going and in September, which sucks. Oh my goodness, Harvey, why are you trying to ruin my life? Sorry, I just had to run and do something. So if I've moved, nothing I can do about it. The next question is from Mickey_S. Completely probably butchered that. Anyway, what's your favourite non-Disney animated film and why? My favourite non-Disney animated film is Spirited Away, which I have a postcard of here, which you can see. This is a Studio Ghibli, however you say it, a Studio Ghibli film, which is like a Japanese animation company, I think, yeah, they are Japanese, aren't they? I just doubt myself when I film. I think they have some fantastic films. My Neighbor Totoro is one of them. Ponyo, Princess Mononoke, all that jazz. I just love Spirited Away. It is my favourite. It is absolutely beautiful. I've loved it for years. It's just such a great film. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I believe it won an Oscar for something, or it was nominated for an Oscar, I can't remember. It's from like 2003, I believe. It's just so, I just love it. I just love it so much. So if you haven't watched it already, I definitely recommend it. It's just brilliant. All Studio Ghibli films are brilliant and I couldn't recommend them more. So my next question is from the Ginger Geek 2. He has asked, do you want to go to Tokyo, Hong Kong and Shanghai Disney parks? The answer is obviously yes. I would love to go to those parks. It is my goal in life to visit all of them. It's just visiting Asia is extremely expensive. I've priced it up a number of times and flights are always crazy. So it's just not something that's viable this year. But it doesn't mean that I won't ever do it. It just means it needs a lot of planning and saving for. So yes, I will get there one day and I would love to. Mainly Tokyo. Tokyo is like the one I would love to visit. So Temi_Omoto show. That is probably not right. Temi_Omoto show. I'm really sorry. I apologise in advance if I'm saying all of your Instagram users is wrong. I'm a bit of a fool. So they have asked, is it better to take cash or prepaid travel card to America? My advice would be take both. Always have cash handy, because if you're dining anywhere in the US, you will be expected to pay a certain percentage of a tip, which will be in cash. So I would definitely recommend taking cash for tips and just cash just in case, because it's always best to have some just in case. So I definitely advise taking both, not necessarily half-half, but definitely enough cash that can get you through just in case something goes wrong with your card or it goes missing, which has never happened to me. But I would definitely advise both. But a prepaid travel card is a fantastic way to take money over. I've done it many times. It's just so easy. You just load it onto your card. Now you just have apps. You can just add more money if you run out. But yeah, definitely always take some cash, because it's always worth having some. So the next question is from Matilde.mj. I'm really sorry. She asked, what would you recommend someone to see on their first DLP trip? So there's so much to see at Disneyland Paris, and I know a lot of people write it off, but I think it's such a fantastic park. And I'm not just saying that because it's my home park. It is just so fantastic. There's so many great things about it. I definitely recommend taking time walking around the castle, because in my opinion it's the most beautiful castle in the world. It's stunning, and you can walk all on the inside, you can go up and round, and you can go underneath the castle. It's just, it's worth doing that. If you've never been before, that is definitely worth a look around, because you can just take it all in and you get a nice view of Fantasyland if you go up it, and it's beautiful. Rides wise, it definitely depends on if you're a big ride person. As I said before, Hyperspace Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, 2 rides, 100% worth going on. They are fantastic. I wouldn't miss out on them. Yeah, there are so many things I would recommend. I think Phantom Manor is a recommendation. I would recommend going round and just exploring the parks. I'd also recommend going to meet Mickey in his like house, because you always get such a fantastic interaction with Mickey there. It's just so nice. You get to meet classic Mickey in his normal outfit. It's just brilliant. I love meeting him there. I'd also recommend watching the parade and getting a good spot. My favourite spot to watch the parade from is near It's a Small World, because the parade comes out from there, so you're going to see it first and then you can kind of get away and do something else before other people have seen it. The parade I love. I love that parade. I always get such great interactions. The characters are fabulous. And yeah, that's what I'd recommend. And food wise, I said Fuente del Oro is brilliant. Or if you're looking for like a breakfast, Plaza Gardens breakfast is really good. It's reasonably priced and you get characters, and the food is just really nice. So that is my recommendation for you. My lovely friends, Caroline of Sean, have asked a really deep question here. What's your favourite thing to order from Wagamama's? I mean, first of all guys, you probably know, because we've been to Wagamama's about 8,000 times together. Although last time we met, we didn't go to Wagamama's, which was a bit of a shame. We've broken our tradition of only eating at Wagamama's. My favourite thing to order, I love the Yasai gyozas to start. The vegan ones. I think are they vegan all the time? I don't know. They are delicious, and I always either have the Yasai katsu curry, the vegan one, or I have the Yasai pad thai, which is yummy. I love it. I love it. Thanks for that really deep question, guys. Now I want a Wagamama. Now I'm actually starving. Cheers. Kaylee Firecat has asked, favourite Disney castle, both parks and movies. So I've obviously already said that my favourite castle in the parks is Disneyland Paris, the Sleeping Beauty castle. I think she is beautiful. I could look at her all day. I love her. I've obviously only ever seen Disneyland Paris and Walt Disney World with my own eyes. But from seeing pictures, she's the most beautiful, in my opinion. I might be biased, but I love her. Stunning. From the movies, ooh, see that's hard, because I think Corona is really pretty, Entangled obviously. I think their kingdom is beautiful. My favourite castle, I really like Cinderella Castle, but like not Walt Disney World. Obviously Magic Kingdom is beautiful, but I love Cinderella's castle in the film. It's just, I love it. So Disney underscore hey 87 H, so this is Helen. She has asked, what are you most excited about for your upcoming Disney trip? So I'm not sure if you mean Disneyland Paris or if you mean California, but I'm going to answer both. For Disneyland Paris, I'm most excited to get back on Phantom Manor, ride that because it's been a while and it's my favourite. I'm really excited for that, and I'm really excited for the Marvel Season of the Heroes because you can meet Captain Marvel, who is my girl, and I want to meet her so bad. California, as I've said, just being there, it's going to be really emotional. I already know it. I think every Disney trip is special in some way or another. I don't know about people who go often or people who have been, but there's always something that makes it particularly special, and I think both of these next trips are going to be very special, so I'm really excited. So the next like 6 questions are from SkyBlue0115. So thank you for all your questions, there's a lot. So the first question is, what are 5 things you like about Rapunzel? I like her positive attitude, I like her determination, I like the fact she has green eyes because I have green eyes too, and you know, I can relate. I like that she is creative and kind to animals. I think that's super important. And I just like her outfit, like the purple dress. I think it's stunning, and her hair, I just love Rapunzel. She's incredible. She's just, I love her, my girl. So the next question, what are your favourite pair of ears that you have? Oh, that's hard. Hold on, let me check. So I am filming an ears collection video, so you're going to see all of these, but I think I've narrowed it down to 2. My favourite of all time are my Donald ones. I've worn them the most. They are the most worn. They're getting a bit battered, but I love them because Donald Duck. Say no more. What was I going to say there? Anyway, I love him. And these Moana ears, which are my newest pair, I love them. They're my new favourites. It's hard to pick a favourite. It's like picking a favourite child, but you know what? Giving my girl Moana some love because these are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The next question is, if you could Disney bound with any character, who would it be? So I've already done Rapunzel, Sadness, kind of Moana, Piglet. Who else have I done? A few other people. I would really love to do a Daisy bound, like a proper Daisy bound. That's like something I really want to do, and then meet Daisy because I think that would be really, really cute. I haven't done it yet, but that is who I would most like to do a bound of, I think. Or Donald. Or both, maybe both. What is your favourite thing about Disneyland Paris? The castle, Hive Stays Mountain, loaded fries, and the character meets. Always, always amazing. Who is your favourite Disney character that is an animal? Pascal. Say no more. Pascal, I love him. So the final question that she's asked is, what do you do on the Eurostar when you are travelling to Disneyland Paris? Normally when I'm travelling on the Eurostar, we're getting an extremely early Eurostar to Disneyland Paris or quite a late one back. So both times we are tired. So either we're sleeping, listening to music. We like to play this game where we shuffle the music on my phone and I have to guess what it is from the first 1 second of the intro. That normally lasts us quite a long time. Or you could bring a book. To be fair, the journey's not that long, I just sort of sit there. So my next question is from Talia.Zagger? Z-X-G-G-E-R, Zagger, I guess. What's the best way to save money for trips and how do you find the best prices? So a lot of people ask me this, and I think obviously it depends on how much money you earn, like if you earn it weekly or monthly, or if you're like self-employed and you kind of earn money every day. I think it depends on how you earn money, or if you're not working and if you have like a part-time job. I think what you need to do is figure out how much you can afford to put away. So when you get paid, like if you can think, right, say you got paid £100, if you could think, right, I can afford to put £10 to the side for savings. That's the sort of thing I mean. Obviously it's going to depend on how much money you have, but I'd put a percentage of what you are earning to the side for savings in general. Or what I do, because I get paid monthly, when I get to the end of the month and I have money left over, so say I have like, I don't know, £50 left in my account that I haven't spent that month, that £50 is transferred straight into my savings and that will go towards trips or whatever else I'm saving for. With the best prices, I tend to look, so for travel, depends if you're talking about Disneyland Paris or Walt Disney World, but I think for travel, if you're looking at Disneyland Paris, it's best to compare what is cheaper, because obviously you can get the Eurostar or a plane, or you can drive, or you can get a coach. So it's just looking at what you prefer to do. So if you're like, no, I don't want to do a coach, I don't want to drive, it's either Eurostar or a plane, you look at those two options on the website and then be flexible with your dates if possible, because I think that's where you're going to get cheaper prices, because you could go 2 days earlier and get half the price than you would on a different day. I think it's cheaper in the week than it is on a weekend, but it depends on the time of year. So if you can go outside of seasons, you can get a lot of cheaper rate than if you go during Christmas or Halloween, etc. So it's all about looking around, looking on different hotel websites. If you're not fussed about staying on Disney site, you can save a lot of money, because Disneyland Paris especially, their hotels are stupidly expensive. Even if you have an annual pass discount, they're just crazy. So I would recommend shopping around, being flexible, and just weighing out every possible option, because you can save so much money. If you have any like specific questions, you can message me and I'll be more than happy to try answer you. So Holly90, that's Holly with 4 Ys, Holly90 has asked, how many times have you been to Disney? So as I'm filming this video, I've been to Walt Disney World on 5 different trips, and I've been to Disneyland Paris on 8 different trips. Obviously that will increase because I'm going to Disneyland Paris again in May and again in the future, and I'm also going to California. So currently I've been to Disney 13 times, which is pretty impressive, I would say. Stacey21290 has asked tips for saving for Disney. PS, please start doing weekly vlogs, they were great. So I've just said some tips for saving for Disney. I think be thrifty with whatever else you're spending. So like cut down on things you don't need to be buying. Because before I went to Disney so often, I used to be buying lots of rubbish. Too many clothes I didn't need, too much food that I didn't need, and I've been able to save a lot more money, and it's really helpful. Kind of have a plan. Like what I do is I know how much I'm going to earn that month, I have that written down, and then I write down everything outgoing. So like my phone bill, rent, food bill, you know, food that I'm going to buy, my Netflix subscription, etc. Write down everything you know is coming out of your account and figure out how much then you have left over and how much you can afford to put into savings. And just remember, anything you can put into savings, if you put too much in, you can always get it out. So you could put too much in and then go, oh, I need £100 back, take it back. So that's kind of my tips. It's quite difficult, but also you could put loose change into a pot. So every time you have £1, put that to the side, and then that all adds up. So it's just all the little things. Also the comment about weekly vlogs, I have been thinking about it, and I'm not sure about weekly vlogs, but I might do weekend vlogs. It really depends, because I don't really do a lot during the week. So it would be like, I'm going to work, I'm coming home, I'm going to work, I'm coming home. So I'm not sure if that's interesting, but I will see. I'm not ruling it out, but thank you so much. Charles Helton has asked, when's your next Disney trip? It is at the end of May, 30th of May I believe is when I'm going to Disneyland Paris. They've also asked, would you ever work for Disney? I would love to work for Disney. I'm not sure how. So a lot of people have said, why don't you do the year-long program Walt Disney World where you work in Epcot for a year? But I'm not sure if I'm able to, because I have like quite visible tattoos. So there's one there, and I have one on my neck and one on my ankle and one on my thigh and my shoulder. I know it's as long as they get covered up, but this one on my arm I'm more worried about, because and I want to get more tattoos. So I would love to. I just don't know that I don't know. It's something that I've been thinking about. You're not the first person to ask this. That would be a big dream, to be quite honest. And the final question is, what's your best Disney memory? That's from Sheridan Quinnell 1994. I kind of already answered that with Lauren saying about Moana. I think one of my favourite memories, again, is when I realised Flynn and Rapunzel were out on my last trip, and I ran from Fuente del Oro, well not ran, I walked very fast from Fuente del Oro all the way to where they were meeting near the old mill, and I was like nearly the last person in the queue, and I was so relieved because I would have cried if I didn't meet them. And that meet was just so special because it was my birthday weekend, and yeah, meeting those two together has been a bucket list thing. Like I've met Flynn and I've met Rapunzel separately, but I've never met them together, so that was just insane. It was like it was just everything. Oh, it makes me so happy just thinking about it. So yeah, that's probably my best. I just have it every time I have a new trip, there's a new best memory. It's really hard to choose. I mean, if you've been, you probably feel the same, like it's really hard. So that is all the questions. I've been rambling for such a long time. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. I apologise in advance. I like to chat, my throat hurts, I need a drink. But I did it. Thank you so much for all your questions if you did ask them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I gave a good enough answer. If you do have any more questions about anything, leave them in the comments. You can follow me on social media to see my antics. As I said, I will be at Disneyland Paris very, very soon, so there'll be more vlogs to come. So yeah, just anything you want to know, I'm your girl, I'm here. I try to reply, but I can be useless sometimes, but I try my best. And I hopefully will see you soon for another video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!